The Lakers are off to a horrible start, and many people want them to make a trade right now. Specifically, they want Russell Westbrook traded. However, as frustrating as it is to still have Westbrook on the team, you shouldn't expect the trade to happen, at least not yet. According to reports, Pelinka is waiting until after Thanksgiving or until after 20 or so games to trade Westbrook. Now, there are various reasons for this. For one, they have to see what they actually have with this team. So far, it doesn't seem like they have much, but they'll get a much better picture after 20 games or so. They'll see their biggest weaknesses and what type of players they need to trade for in order to fill for those weaknesses. And the same goes for the rest of the league. They're all trying to figure out what teams they have and what direction they'll need to take this season. They have to see if they even need to make a trade. If they're doing well, maybe they try to improve their team to be a contender or just make the playoffs. If they're starting off awful, maybe they decide this isn't their year and it's better to tank and try to get Victor Wenbanyama. Then they could decide to trade some of their better players to try and lose more games. Another reason the Lakers are waiting to make a trade is that a lot of the players aren't actually trade eligible yet. For instance, free agents that signed deals this offseason can't be traded until December 15th. So if the Lakers wait until then, they'll have a lot more options. This is all about increasing their options. Right now, the Lakers don't have a lot. They probably only have one real option, and that is a deal with the Pacers that would send them Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. And maybe they have two other deals that have been rumored with Charlotte and San Antonio. When you have so few options, these teams are going to demand insane prices because there's no competition. You have no other choice, which is why the Lakers haven't pulled the trigger on these trades. But the more options the Lakers have, the lower the cost of making a trade. The Lakers are also trying to improve Westbrook's trade value. If he starts to play better, starts to contribute to wins, starts to fit in his role and be a valuable player on the team, maybe another team would want to have him on theirs. But if he plays horribly like he has been so far, that could also be attractive to certain teams. If you're a tanking team trying to get the number one pick, to give yourself the best odds, you need to lose as many games as possible. If the goal is to lose as many games as possible, what better player to have than Russell Westbrook? You know how bad you have to be to have LeBron and AD on your team and still lose? There are games where LeBron and AD are absolutely dominant, but Westbrook plays so bad that it just negates all of that. That's actually pretty impressive, especially if you want to lose. Plus, he's on an expiring contract. That could be very attractive to these tanking teams. But this strategy and decision to wait is also very risky, because the Lakers could find themselves in a position where they're the tanking team. They could go 3-17 or have some other ridiculous record. They could have the record of a tanking team, but not reap any of the benefits. While they do have a draft pick this season, the Pelicans own a pick swap. And if the Lakers get a really high draft pick, the Pelicans would just use it and end up with the higher pick. So really, there's no incentive for the Lakers to be losing. But at the rate that they're going right now, they might find themselves so behind in the standings that it would be too deep of a hole to come out of. It would be too late, and the season could no longer be saved. And at that point, why would you make a trade and give up even more draft picks if you can't save the season? Might as well just wait it out and let Westbrook's contract come off the books while you keep your draft picks. But that would also mean that we would have to go through another horrible season and waste another year having LeBron on the team. So hopefully it doesn't come to that. Because if the Lakers want to be a contender, they need to make a trade. They cannot win a championship with the current roster. But hopefully the Lakers play well enough and win enough games for it to be worth making a trade. And hopefully they play well enough to buy the front office time and leverage to find the best deal possible.